Hello and welcome to Power Over Parkinson's 5th yoga class. Today we're going to be building off of the other 4 classes. Some things that'll be useful are a yoga mat, those yoga blocks we've been using, and a hamstring stretcher. If you don't have one of those, a towel, a sheet, or belt can be just as useful. We're going to start in the seated position, crisscross applesauce. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to focus on our breathing, inhaling and exhaling, preparing our mind and our body for this practice. You can put your hand on your chest and feel it rising as you inhale and lowering as you exhale. You can put your hands on your ribs, feeling them expand as you inhale the oxygen and decrease as you exhale. You can have your hands rested on your knees. You can have your eyes closed, and we're going to bring our hands up overhead, inhaling, bring our arms down, exhale. Inhale, sweep our arms up, exhale, bring our arms down. Inhale, exhale. Really focus on breathing with the movement, connecting the motion in your mind and your breath. You look up to the ceiling. It can help you bring your arms up overhead. We're going to turn our head to the side here, stretch out our neck. Breathing with the movement. You can have your hands rested on your knees. You remember you're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to turn to the other side. And switch, warming up our body, focusing our mind and our breath. And go ahead and look down towards our armpit, doing a different form of neck stretch. Go ahead and switch, remembering to breathe through the exercise. And switch sides again. And switch, really focusing our mind here, preparing ourselves for our practice. I'm going to do a slight trunk rotation, so we're going to switch sides, stretching out our back, doing it with a slight twist, remembering to breathe through the movement. I'm going to switch sides again. Remembering to sit up nice and tall, connecting your breath with the movement. Feeling a nice stretch in your spine. Gonna switch sides again, warming up our body from the neck to the back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and extend our legs here. We're going to stretch out our ankles with some circular movements. Gonna switch directions. Remembering to sit up nice and tall. If you need the wall or a chair to lean up against, that's perfectly fine. Gonna switch directions again. You're remembering to breathe, connecting your mind, your body, and your breath, preparing yourself for this practice, warming up our bodies. Next, we're gonna do that gas pedal motion. So we're gonna flex and extend our ankles. Feeling a nice stretch. Gonna bring our knees one leg at a time, stretching out our hips, one leg up, one leg down, connecting your mind and your body, remembering to breathe, noticing how it makes you feel. Next, we're going to keep those feet planted on the ground, and we're going to twist our knees as a windshield wiper motion, side to side. You should feel a light stretch in your lower back. The deeper you go into this stretch, the deeper the stretch will feel. Remembering to breathe through the movement, staying present with the motion. Next, we're going to bring our legs back into crisscross applesauce. We're going to bring our arms up overhead, inhaling, exhaling, bring our arms down. Inhale, bring our arms up. Exhale, bring our arms down, filling your lungs with oxygen. Gonna flatten those legs, and we're gonna grab our hamstring stretcher. Again, a belt or towel or a sheet is just as useful. You're gonna put it on the bony structure of your foot. And you're gonna pull in, stretching out your leg, remembering to keep the opposite leg actively engaged. I'm gonna switch sides. Remembering to keep that opposite foot actively engaged, keeping it straight, just like that. You don't want it drifting off into the side. Feeling a nice stretch. Remembering to breathe. Connecting our mind and our body. Going to switch sides again. Keeping that opposite foot actively engaged, not drifting off into the side. You might be able to go deeper into the stretch as we stretch more. One side might feel tighter than the other, and that's perfectly normal. Going to put it around both feet, feeling a nice stretch. Relax. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Remembering to breathe through the movement. Feeling the stretch, connecting our mind and our body. Go ahead and relax. Go ahead and deepen back into the stretch. Remembering to breathe. Go ahead and remove the strap. We're going to go ahead and spread our legs out here. We're going to reach down in the center here. Go ahead and relax and reach back down, remembering to breathe through the exercise. Lengthening our spine through the stretch. Relax. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Connecting our mind and our body. And relax again. We're going to switch to one side here. You're going to go ahead and stretch to that side. You might not be able to go as far, or you might be able to go further. Feeling a nice stretch, remembering to breathe. Go ahead and relax. Going to do the same leg again, feeling a nice stretch in our body. Remembering to breathe. And relax. And go ahead and we're going to switch to the opposite direction. One side might be looser than the other. You might be able to go down further than the other side. You want to keep both feet actively engaged. You don't want them drifting off when you're stretching. And again, remembering to breathe through the movement. Okay, we're going to go back into crisscross applesauce. Bring arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, sweep arms down. Inhale, bring arms up overhead. Exhale, bring arms down. We're going to expand our chest, breathing, feeling a nice stretch, opening up our hearts. We're going to do it again. Inhaling through the movement, feeling a nice stretch, opening our hearts. Inhale, opening our arms, feeling it in our body. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, expand our arms, opening our chest. Next, we're going to I'm going to turn to the side here. We're going to go into that boat position, feet planted, core engaged, chest open. We're going to hold it here. You can open your legs just like that if you want more of a challenge. Engaging our core, remembering to breathe, expanding our chest into the movement. Going to go ahead and relax here. We're going to do it again. Engaging our core. The deeper you go down into the stretch, the deeper the engagement of your core is and the more challenging it's going to be. Remembering to breathe. Connecting our mind and our body. Go ahead and relax. Going to do it again. Go ahead and lower yourself down from boat pose. Going to grab those blocks and we're going to put it between our knees here. We're going to go into that bridge position, feet planted on the ground, core engaged, lifting our hips off the ground. If you need more of a challenge, you can lift your heels up. Remember to engage your body and your mind and your breath. We're going to hold it here, contracting our muscles and release. Lifting our hips up off the ground, engaging our core, holding and releasing. Really focus on engaging your breath with the movement, remembering to breathe. Holding and release. Lift our hips up off the ground again. Hold the pose, engaging your muscles and your breath, and release. You can go ahead and remove that block. We're going to do that piriformis stretch. So one ankle is going to go over the knee, and you're going to bring that knee into your chest, feeling a nice stretch in your piriformis muscle. This would also be a supine pigeon pose. Go ahead and switch side, bringing that opposite ankle to the opposite knee, bringing that knee into your chest. Remembering to breathe, feeling a nice stretch in your piriformis. Okay, and switch sides again. Opposite ankle to opposite knee, bringing that knee into the chest, connecting your breath with the movement. And switch again. And we're going to go ahead and go into quadruped. But first we're going to go into child's pose. So we're going to stretch out our back, feeling a deep stretch, holding it there. Okay, and now we're going to enter into quadruped on all fours, and we're going to go into cat-cow pose. Arching our back and extending it. Remembering to breathe through the movement, connecting our mind and our body. Flexing and extending our spine, arching it. Go back into child's pose. Feeling a nice stretch in our shoulders and our back, relaxing, taking this moment to breathe. Gonna go back into quadruped and back into cat-cow. Arching our back and relaxing it. Arching and extending, remembering to breathe through the movement. Gonna go back into that threading of the needle. So bringing one arm to the opposite direction, feeling a nice stretch. connecting our body and our breath with the movement. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale and exhale through the movement. Go back into the opposite direction. Remembering to breathe. Feeling a nice stretch in our body. Go back into that child's pose, relaxing, breathing, thanking our body for this practice. Go back into quadruped. Kind of flip those toes and go into downward facing dog. Remembering to breathe, hips back. Go back into quadruped and down into child's pose. Back into quadruped, flip those toes and down into downward facing dog. Go back into quadruped, down into child's pose, relaxing, thanking your body for this practice. Back into quadruped, flip those toes and go into downward facing dog. Remembering to breathe through the movement. Go ahead and come into standing. I'm going to shake it out. We're going to bring our arms up overhead, inhaling, exhaling, sweep our arms down. Inhale, bring our arms up. Exhale, bring our arms down. Next, we're going to go into that lunge position. We're going to engage our core. You can lift your arms up overhead. Remember to engage your core, or you can have your arms resting on your hips or heart center or up overhead. You make it work for you. Again, you can use a wall or a chair to help stabilize you. And bring our arms up overhead, inhaling, exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, sweep our arms down. Going to bring that opposite foot forward, find that lunge position, engage our core, and go into warrior one. Again, you can have your hands resting on your hip or heart center, or you can have a chair or a wall to help stabilize you. Going to go back, bring arms up. Exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, bring arms down. Step that foot back, go into that lunge position. Arms up overhead, engaging our core, remembering to breathe. Arms down, bring that foot back. Inhale up overhead. Exhale, bring arms down. Go back into that lunge position on the opposite foot, arms up overhead, engaging our core. Connecting our mind and our body and our breath. Go ahead and jump that foot. Arms up overhead. Filling our lungs with oxygen. Connecting our mind and our body. We're going to go into Warrior 2. Your knee is going to be over your ankle. There's going to be a slight bend in your back foot and you're reaching your arms. You're going to drop that back arm, bring it up overhead. Feeling a nice stretch. Go back into Warrior 2. Drop the opposite arm to the knee, creating a straight line, or you can, if that's easy, you can bring your opposite arm down to the floor. Engaging our core, connecting our mind and our body, creating that straight line to triangle pose. Go back into Warrior 2. We're going to switch sides. Knee over ankle, looking straight ahead, connecting our mind and our body, feeling the breath enter and leave. Drop that back arm, looking straight up, feeling a nice stretch. Go back into Warrior 2 and drop that front arm, creating a straight line. Remember, you can bring it down to the floor into triangle pose. Or you can have it resting on your knee. You make it work for you. Engaging your body, mind, and breath. Back into Warrior 2. Gonna switch sides again. Knee over ankle. Engaging our mind and our body. Drop that back arm, looking straight up, feeling a nice stretch. Drop the front arm, come into triangle pose, creating a straight line. Again, you can put that arm on the floor, have it resting on your knee, whatever works for you. Keeping the core engaged, connecting the mind, the body, and the breath. Bring it back up into Warrior 2. I'm going to switch sides again. Knee over ankle, coming into Warrior 2, extending those arms. Drop that back arm, coming up, looking straight up into the ceiling, feeling a nice stretch, connecting our mind and our body. And dropping that front arm, go into like a windshield wiper motion. When we drop that front arm, and then we're gonna look straight up to the ceiling, making it work for you. Having that arm resting on your knee or down on the ground. Engaging your core. Windshield wiper our arms back up. Come to center, bring arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Exhale, bring arms down. Next, we're going to go into our tree pose. You can do the kickstand. You can have it resting on your calf or up above your knee. Hands can be heart center, holding onto a chair or the wall, or you can have it resting on your hips, or you can have your arms flowing in the wind like a tree. Again, holding onto a wall or a chair or heart center. If you do decide to bring your leg up over, make sure it's resting on your thigh and not on your knee. Go ahead and shake it out. We're going to switch sides. You can start the kickstand and bring it up to your calf, or you can go straight into above your knee, resting on your thigh. Hands can be resting heart center, on your hips, using a wall or a chair, or you can create branches with your arms. You make it work for you and whatever you feel most comfortable with. Engaging our core, connecting our breath. Go ahead and shake it out. Switching sides. Finding what works for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Creating those tree poses, or have your hands resting on a wall or a chair or on your hips. Really focusing your breath with your body. Go ahead and shake it out again. Switching sides. Feeling your body connect with your breath. Go ahead and lift your arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Bring your arms together and clasp them at the top, elongating your spine as we rotate to the side, engaging your breath. Come back to center and switch sides. Come back to center again. Switch sides. Elongating that spine. Feeling a nice stretch. Come back to center and switch sides again. Remembering to breathe through this movement. Elongating that spine, deepen the stretch. Go ahead and relax and shake it out. Gonna bring arms up overhead. Inhale, exhale, bring arms down. Inhale, bring arms up. Clasp our hands. We're gonna go back into that stretch. Remembering to breathe. Come back to center, switch sides. Go ahead and bring our arms down and shake it out. Bring our arms up overhead, inhaling. Exhale, bring arms down. We're going to practice our balance. We're going to bring one foot up, having our core engaged. Again, you can, I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see it. You can bring use the wall or a chair to hold on to. You can just have your toe on the ground, engaging your core, connecting your mind and your body and your breath, finding that balance. Gonna go ahead and switch sides after we shake it out. Having your hands resting on your hip or heart center. Connecting our mind and our body. Go ahead and shake it out again. Bringing that opposite leg up. Hands to heart center, or resting on your hips, or holding onto a wall or a chair. Go ahead and shake it out again and switch sides. And shake it out. We're going to go back into seated position. We're going to lower ourselves down with boat pose, engaging that core. We're going to switch our hips to one side and then turn our knees to the opposite and look. So head and knees should be opposite of each other, feeling a nice stretch. Going to switch sides, bring our hips to the opposite side, rotating our head and neck, or head and knees to the opposite direction, feeling a nice stretch. Okay, and switch sides. Knees and head to opposite direction, feeling a nice stretch. Remembering to connect our mind and our body and our breath, so breathing through the movement, no holding our breath. I'll do it again. Knees and hips, opposite direction. Remembering to breathe. Going to bring our knees to chest, and we're going to go into happy baby, stretching out our spine and our back. Can do circular motions or go side to side, whatever works for you, whatever feels good. Remembering to breathe. Go ahead and stretch your legs out. We're going to go into our last pose of Savasana, closing our eyes, being thankful for this practice, opening our palms to the ceiling, relaxing our legs and our toes and our mind, remembering to breathe, being present in the moment. Remember to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, wake your body up, bring your knees up and rotate to one side and lift yourself up and come into crisscross applesauce. Thank you for participating in Power Over Parkinson's 5th yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it.